A key focus on Full Measure and some of our most popular stories surround our off-narrative reporting on health issues that are often not well covered or fairly covered elsewhere. In season 11, we reported on a number of impactful controversies, including fluoride. There's a growing movement to remove fluoride from public drinking water. In January, Melbourne became among the first in Florida to stop fluoridating its water supply. Melbourne's action was followed by a statewide ban. In July, Florida became the second state after Utah to halt fluoridation. So as we sit here today, it is not legal for cities and counties in Florida to add fluoride to the water.
It is illegal, that's correct. It is illegal for cities and counties to add fluoride to water currently.
Florida Surgeon General Dr. Joseph Ladapo says only after a deep dive into the research did he come to support banning fluoride.
I mean, it is a poison, and folks don't know that. Most folks don't know that.
Adding to the fluoride controversy, a judge's order for the EPA to address added fluoride as a toxic substance for the first time and mitigate what the court says is an unreasonable risk to children's IQ. We also tackled growing health concerns over EMF, or electromagnetic fields, generated by common devices we use every day. I visited a quiet place, the West Virginia Radio Astronomy Zone, the only radio-free zone in the U.S. Within a 10-mile radius, the West Virginia Radio Astronomy Zone, strict rules apply. No operational mobile phones on site, no microwaves, no wireless transmitters, no cordless phones, and no Wi-Fi. Most might consider Green Bank's status to be inconvenient, but it's actually become a point of attraction for a small but growing number of people, estimates around 100. Hello, how are you? I'm Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl and Leah.
They've moved here for relief from life's daily assault of electricity, which they say causes them everything from intense headaches to heart and brain issues.
My cells have a condition that allow too much calcium inside, and that causes my cells to be like an antenna that just gather all electricity and radiation and make me sick.
Besides health, we've always had a special interest in digging into commonly reported stories and finding something new. In California, we exposed the little-known human factor behind the state's recent wildfire disasters. Of the big wildfires in California that you've probably heard the most about, all of them were caused by people. Nobody knows that better than Mike Ramsey. He's the Butte County District Attorney who successfully prosecuted the power company PG&E for starting the Camp Fire.
In the late 90s, we noticed a number of fires were being caused by PG&E failure to clear vegetation around their lines. Trees and high-powered lines don't mix very well.
Even as the Camp Fire burned, investigators had zeroed in on the cause, a PG&E transmission line and tower that collapsed and then melted into the brush below.
They looked up into the tower and could see that an arm had come down and that had most likely started the fire. Next day, they called me and said, it looks like this is a PG&E caused fire.
Cal Fire told you that?
Yes.
Do you think that was their way of saying, don't bother to look for an arsonist?
No, they found the arsonist. That was PG&E.
To be clear, PG&E was not convicted of arson. Ramsey says that's because he couldn't prove that the company had collective knowledge about poorly maintained equipment that employees failed to act on. PG&E pleaded guilty to 84 counts of involuntary manslaughter. And we got a surprise when we researched weather control. We found that it's real, documented, and impacting tens of millions of Americans right now. Believe it or not, it's all barely regulated. A 1972 federal weather modification law runs on an honor system, just paperwork, no verification. In most states, no permits, no audits, no limits. Most anyone can control the weather for profit, altering other people's rainfall or snow without ever asking permission.
No one's denying that the technology exists and that it's even being used, but it's who is using it and for what purposes, and can you stop a storm that you start?